Let's say hello to the Motown Phenom himself who's joining us. Kevin Lee, how are you, sir?
Oh, what's up, Ariel? I'm always good.
It has been a while since we've seen you, my man. It's been a while since we talked. It's been a while. I was looking on social media, and to be honest, you weren't posting a lot. You were kind of out of the limelight. Where have you been?
Yeah, I've got a lot of people that even actually hit me up and kind of checked on me and all that. And I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But to me, it's just I just kind of had to shy away from it. I had to have like some real serious conversations. Like I said, my last fight, after that fight, it kind of made me question a lot of things. So I had to have, kind of a sit back, think about it, and have some conversations with nobody else in the room between me and God or whoever looking down on it. But everything's smooth. And everybody who's hit me back, I let them know too. I'm in the right place. So I'm just ready to get to work now.
So do you have your next fight yet?
I don't, but we already in talks. We trying to get on that New York card. They said they want me on there, Madison Square Garden, November 2nd. It's just right now it's about finding the right opponent. We threw out some names out there. Wonderboy came to mind. Robbie Lawler was one. Vicente Luque was another one. I told him I really don't give a damn who I fight. I just want to be on that card and get going. Next week I'm gonna head out to Montreal to start my training camp regardless. So I'm ready to get going.
So you're sticking around at 170.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I think I've really grown into it too. Even with my sparring and me moving around with guys, they saying they can feel it too. I'm really growing into the weight class. So yeah, 170 is where it's at.
And so after the fight against RDA in May, like I said, you took the time off. Like, how did you? Because you posted that video. It was, it was hard to watch. You were very down, but you were promising us that you would be back, that you would learn from this. How did you deal with the loss, and how long did it take for you to get over it, or are you not over it just yet?
I mean, those types of questions are hard to answer until you do it again. I feel like I got back on the right path. Like I said, it's a lot of it is I kind of already knew that I had to make those adjustments, and I just kind of put it on the back burner, to be honest. I knew I needed a head coach. I knew I needed somebody to kind of pull the reins in a little bit. And I ignored that, and I just figured, I'll go out there and fight and just keep fighting it, and then I'll worry about it later. But RDA kind of slapped me in the face, so it's kind of a wake up call to me. But I'm ready for it. I said I was gonna make my return back. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I might I'm gonna spend the whole day doing what I love. I'm gonna go out and train from sundown to sun up. And you never know, I might get on like Instagram Live or something like that and make a return on social media. Like you said, I've been shying away from it, but it's about time.
So I got Dominic Cruz a birthday cake earlier because on Wikipedia it says it's his birthday today, but then he told me his actual birthday is in March. But now I'll just say this is for you.
Oh, where the candle at? Where the candle at? No. I need a candle through that joint.
Come on. Listen, at ESPN they don't sell candles apparently. It's not bad, right? It really was for you.
Hazard. All right.
I got my guests mixed up.
Man, I don't want no secondhand. That ain't even it's a cupcake. Come on.
I know
it's
a muffin.
Do better than this.
It's a muffin.
We got to do better than this. I'm gonna text you my address. I'm expecting the cake in the mail.
All right, my bad. By the way, I like the hair. What's happening over there?
I appreciate that. I'm trying out something different. We'll see how it goes. It's the growth. It's the process. So, my next fight, it'd be a whole lot different. I think, people are excited to see me back. I'm more excited to come back. The hair going to be different. The swag going to be different, the whole mood. So, I'm ready for it.
Okay. So we're going to let it grow?
Yeah. I'm going to let it go out. I'm going to try and go maybe another year or so, see what it can do. Right now it's just kind of twisted up, but never know.
We're gonna do dreads.
Do something nice with it. I don't know. I'm just going with the wind.
Okay.
Look, these past couple of months have really been about kind of figuring out who I am. I'm only 26 years old. I'm about to be 27 tomorrow, and I'm kind of coming into my own. So this come out of my head naturally. As a kid, it's kind of always been, especially as a young kid growing up in Detroit, it's kind of always been something I shied away from. My hair was different than everybody else's, and it made me feel a type of way. But now I'm just like, I'm just gonna embrace it. So I'm gonna grow it out, kind of get it really how I want it and just how God gave it to me.
Are you sporting the USADA 25 times tested T-shirt? Is that what you're wearing?
I am. I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't really planned. It ain't really like no message or nothing.
Okay.
It's kind of it's just kind of comfortable, but it is a fact too at the same time. So
I
yeah,
thought you were trying to send a message to someone.
look, if the shoe fit, then go ahead and wear it. But these are just facts.
Okay.
That's all I'm talking.
So is your spot on the MSG card, is that confirmed? It's just a matter of finding the right guy now?
Yeah, I think so. After my conversation with Dana and those guys last week, they want me on that card. So right now it's just finding an opponent, finding who gonna take it. I think either way it's a big fight. So I think somebody's gonna step up eventually, especially at 170. I think somebody will.
Do you have a number one preference if the UFC came to you and said, who's the guy? I know you mentioned a few guys earlier, but is there a guy at the top of the list?
No, to be honest, I mean, Wonderboy, kind of just because he's got those roots in New York, and I kind of always like being the bad guy and going into his territory. But to be honest with you, I fight any one of them. Wonderboy, like I said, Lawler is kind of on his way out a little bit, but he'd be the most dangerous fight, I think. When you got somebody who's a champ like that and backed into the corner, he's gonna be dangerous. So that kind of intrigued me. Then you got somebody like Luque who's on a big win streak and still coming up, and I'm giving him a chance to get a big name on his record. So all those fights, they all real dangerous and they all kind of intrigue me. So we'll see how the whole thing play out.
All right.
It don't matter to me.
You didn't consider going back to 155 after the last fight, right?
Nah. To be honest, I mean, it's a lot of traction. It's a lot of moving parts. You got Khabib getting ready to defend that title this weekend and all that. But to be honest, I just been focusing on myself. I ain't really worried about what favorable matchups is out there. How the timeline looking, and kind of how I normally would play it. I just been kind of that all that don't really matter to me. What matters is showing up to the fight 100% healthy and ready to go. And I feel like 170 is the weight class to do that in.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think of you, especially this week. You were the guy calling out Khabib before anyone wanted to fight him, right? You were calling out Islam Makhachev, and here they are fighting in Abu Dhabi. This would have been a cool spot for Kevin Lee to be in. This should have been your platform. You know what I mean? I know you said you're kind of thinking about yourself and moving on, but if I'm being honest, I feel like you should you versus. I know it's not your weight class. I know we're moving, but you versus Makhachev in Abu Dhabi would have been just huge, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. But everything happened for a reason, Ariel. That's all I can say to it. I mean, they weren't gonna fight me no way. I'm just being honest. I was kind of barking up the tree for as long as possible, but they handlers and they people was gonna keep me away from them for as long as possible anyway. So it's no sense in chasing after somebody who really don't want to fight. So, it is what it is. And we still got a future date if they want to have that happen. I know Khabib's talking about trying to retire and all this before, he really is even getting a serious challenge. I mean, I think Dustin is going to give him a big fight this weekend. But, he's already talking about retirement. So I ain't got no interest in somebody like that. I'm looking for bigger and better challenges. You know me, Ariel. If it's anything, nobody can ever say I back down from a challenge. You love to bring up Ally Quinta every time we do an interview or every time we talk. And, the judges say that Al beat me that night. And then in his next fight, he go on and fight Donald Cerrone. And my next fight, I fight RDA, who beat Donald twice. And then second time more convincing. So I always like a bigger and better challenge than what I got before. And I don't think like Khabib or Islam is one of them.
And for the record, we've been talking now for 10 minutes, Kevin. I haven't even uttered the name Ally Quintas. What do you, I mean?
I did it for you.
Yeah.
I did it for you. I jumped the gun.
He was not even on my radar. He was not even on my
bad.
mind.
Sorry, that was your next question?
No, it wasn't my next question.
Sorry, how long was this interview? 15, 20 minutes?
Come on.
It was in there. It was in there. You got it written down on that little, I see you.
I got nothing written down. I don't write my question. I moved on. Last time you were on, you said it loud and clear. No more Ally Quinta questions. And so I got the message.
Well, there you go. I'm just speaking facts to you. I ain't answering no questions. I'm just telling you facts. That's all
right. Fair enough.
Just so you can write that on the record.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, I saw. Speaking of the Instagram, I think you're right after the fight. You posted that video, and then you went a long break, and then you posted something about, and I forget the guy's name. That's why I'm stumbling here. But you met with like a sports psychiatrist, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Vinny Shorman. Yeah,
Yeah. Was that your
yeah.
first time? Like, what led you to meeting with him? Was that your first time meeting with him? And is this
Mhm.
something that you feel like is working?
Yeah, I mean, that was my first time meeting with him. We've had a couple conversations since then, and we're gonna pick it back up, especially once training camp gets going. I'll probably talk to him at the end of this week, and like I said, I might make even a reappearance up on social media. But it was actually Joe Rogan who kind of put me on him, and talking with him, and then talking with a bunch of other fighters who have used them to, and who have used other mental coaches. I feel like it is something that is going to benefit me, and and it's something that I can kind of get to the root of certain issues that I be having. I'm never one to like really shy away from the problems that I face, even. But it's hard sometimes for you to tell yourself what you don't know. So using somebody like that who's kind of diving into it and saying, okay, this is why you need somebody to pull in the reins. I'm very I always got like this do or die attitude, and to be honest with you, I feel like a fucking superhero sometimes. Like I feel like I can do it all, and and I need somebody to pull in the reins on me, and that coach to get into my ear and tell me when to play it smart. And Vinny and working with this mental coach is really going to help me understanding why that even is, and I think it's going to be a benefit. We ain't talked for a minute, but we gonna pick it back up when training camp starts.
Do you know of other athletes who have gone this route and who have benefited from doing something like this?
Yeah, I mean, you hear a lot about a lot of champions talk about it, especially. I know he right now he's working with Eddie Alvarez in his last fight, and Eddie won that fight. So and he's working with a couple of other guys too. That I won't really mention names like that, but it's you hear a lot of people talk. The mental game and the mental side of this sport is such a big deal, and we spend so little bit of time kind of practicing on it. We got so much other shit to worry about. I feel like it's gonna be a benefit at the end of the day.
Do you meet with him in person or is it a phone thing, Skype thing?
Yeah, it's a Skype thing. I mean,
Okay.
he's over in England, so it's gonna be kind of
Oh, okay.
eventually he'll come out here. I think he's coming to Vegas maybe 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks or something. I'll probably be in Montreal by then, but we'll get together. I don't know. But I get enough over the Skype, and I'm just very open anyway. So if you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a straight up answer, and that's what he do, and then he gives that back to me. British folks, they kind of like that anyway. They kind of more upfront. I kind of like it. So he's British and he don't give a fuck.
By the way, are you doing your whole camp in Montreal?
Yeah, yeah, I'll do the whole camp there.
Wow. And will you be
I've
cornered
kind of
by
been doing.
Faraz and all those guys?
Yeah, Faraz will definitely be in my corner.
Wow.
I don't know about anybody else just now, but me and him have really been in a lot of talks, and so Faraz is definitely the guy that I'm gonna be working with.
And the guys that you were working with back in Vegas, are you not working with them at all anymore?
No, they'll still be in my corner. Dewey Cooper,
Yeah.
Eric Nixick, and then Corey Goodwin will be in. We'll see because for this one I'm gonna take a 3-round fight. It's about time. My past like 5 or 6 fights have been all main events, all 5 rounders. So it's about time I get a 3-round fight. I'm only gonna have 3 cornermen, and we'll kind of figure that out. But my guys are my guys to the end of time. It's just with when Robert Fawless passed away, it's like I didn't have that person to kind of fill that void a little bit, and nobody's gonna be able to do it, but uh, Faraz is gonna be able to give me some things that I'm lacking from having him in my corner. So it's just an addition. It's not like I'm wiping everything clean and going with somebody completely different, a completely different team or anything like that. I love my guys here in Vegas. I'm still gonna use them, when I'm here. But just it's time to really buckle down and really get to work.
Tyron Woodley told us recently that he's also going to go there. Have you talked to him about working together while you're there?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely gonna work. We haven't really like sat down and got no dates together. I don't know when his next fight is. And we ain't really, squashed out all them little details and all that. But me and Tyron always been cool. We definitely gonna work. We worked before in the past, so if anything, that's just gonna be a good little dynamic duo that you got going on.
Yeah. And by the way, I was talking to Tony Ferguson earlier, and he said I was asking him about the whole like meme, I guess the kids call it, where they say Tony Ferguson is the kind of guy to so and so. You have your own. Where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this? Is that from Chael? Did Chael start that?
He might have. He might have. You know, I love Chael. I don't know if Chael himself started it, but you know, I think the people that follow Chael and love Chael just as much as I do, they probably did it. So, you know,
Chael loves you.
You know, these memes, they come and go. So you know, we'll see how that whole playing out. I'm chasing after titles. I ain't chasing after no meme.
Right.
You know, we make millions. That's all.
You're trying to secure the bag, right?
Exactly.
That's
exactly. I'm already in it, but you know, I'm gonna get it for sure.
Kevin, it's good to talk to you, my man. Keep us posted on that fight.
Always.
Would love to see you fight at MSG. That's a really big deal. Good to see you in good spirits, smiling, happy. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Always. And like I said, I might give a little insight tomorrow into everything that I've been working on while I've been down. So, you know, if folks are interested, that's all.
All right. We shall look out for that. Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.